So we will start our first chapter, that is crop production and management. Now in this chapter we will study about what is crop, how it is produced and how it is being managed. Okay, so as everyone knows that crop is basically a plant source, basically a plant which contains all the food items which is present in the plants, and the food items are like we called it as the vegetables, we called it as pulses, we called it as cereals. Okay, so all these are the food items which we obtained in the crop from the plants. Now what does the food do in our body? Food do basically a function which help us in doing the various body functions like transportation, excretion, locomotion and the respiration part. Okay, so this food item, this crop contains the food, and this food provide us the energy. Now basically we want to study that how does this crop is being produced. So for the production I will explain you the few steps, that what are the steps involved in the food production. So as we study that the steps involved in crop production. So the steps involved in the crop production is, first one is ploughing, second one is the sowing, third one is the irrigation, fourth one is the ploughing, sowing, irrigation, and fourth one is the crop weeding. Next one is the harvesting. And the last one is the storage. Okay, so in ploughing, as we know that when we grow when we sow any seed, we require to plough the field. Why do we need to plough the field? We need to plough the field so that the soil get easily become easy, so that the air and water can easily go inside it, so that the seeds can easily get the water and air, which is a beneficial and the mandatory thing for the seed to be grow. Then after that, when the soil is being ploughed, after that your seeds are being sown. Now seeds are being sown by three different methods. Now these three different methods are by traditional tool, second one is the seed drill, and the last one is the hand method. Now these are the three ways through which we can sow the seeds in the soil. Now after sowing the seeds in the soil, what is the main important thing is the irrigation. Now irrigation means the supply of water. Okay, so supply of water is being done to the field, yeah, you can say that a soil. with various methods. These various methods are: one is rain, second one is the canal, third one is your river, and there are a lot other methods through which we can produce or we can supply the water to the soil for the growing of the seeds. Now, after performing all these activity, what is the next step? Next step is the crop weeding. Now in this crop weeding, what we do, we basically remove the unwanted crops which is grown side by the plants, which is not good for the crop. Why? Because weeding, or we can say that it is the weeds. Okay, so weeds are what? Weeds are the unwanted plants that has been grown through the sides of the plant, which is not good because they also take the they take the water supply as well as the nutrients which is being present inside the soil for their growth. So they deficient the amount of the crop, they deficient the amount of the nutrient which is required by the crop at the time of growing. So we remove these weeds by using different methods. Now these, as we discussed that in crop weeding, we remove unwanted plants. Now these unwanted plants can be removed by using the pesticides, by using insecticides and weedicides. Basically for removing weeds, as I written here, that weeding is basically what? Weeds. So to remove these weeds, we require the weedicides. For removing the insects from the crops, we require insecticides. And for removing the pest from the field, we require the pesticides. So pest, everyone knows that pests are what? Pests are rat, rabbit, snakes, all such kind of things are considered as a pests, and insects which eats the plant leaves or damage the plant or crop to grow, and weedicides are the unwanted plants. So we require all these things to remove the unwanted thing from the crop so that crop can grow easily and good for the human beings. Now the last topic is the harvesting. Now what is harvesting? Harvesting is the, okay, I will remove right here. Sorry. Harvesting is basically the cutting of the crops. Now harvesting is, as you know, that cutting of the crops is known as the harvesting, and this can be done by using the different techniques. We called it as a hoe and other methods also, by using a different, which we called as the darati also, through which we cut the crops. So harvesting has been done. After harvesting, the next and the final step is the storage.